Folks, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, how we doing today? How we doing? My name is Max, aka Local HJ. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to the internet, YouTube, all that. So, I don't know. Just kind of wanted to talk about just general things, life, what this channel is. If you just found this channel, so earlier today I was on one of the discords I go on, and most of the discords I join are like different interests I have, video games or UFO stuff, or just places to shoot this shit about like different fashion, people who make stuff, that kind of thing. So, and I got into an argument, the classic internet argument on one of the discords. And I have a couple of my accounts, including this YouTube account, linked to my Discord. And it's not hard. Like, if you know my handle on Discord, you could just plop that into Google or YouTube, and I'm sure you could find other stuff I've made, YouTubes, TikToks, stuff like that. And I just wanted to clear up, because this person... when people get angry or heated in a conversation, they look for every little thing to attack you about. Some people will just try to bring you down, tear you down for stuff in any way they can to make themselves feel superior in whatever way they can in the moment. So this person went to my profile. That's how you know you're getting on someone's nerves, is when they go to your profile. I'm never really invested in the person I'm talking to that much. If somebody's getting enough of a reaction out of me, typically I just end up blocking them. I don't go and investigate this person's life. But this person, in the middle of our argument, pulled up my YouTube, and they were like, 116 subscribers, but you have 1,300 videos. How does that even happen? LOL. Or how does that happen? LOL, LOL. Laughing at the fact that I post so many videos, and I have so few subscribers. So I should just say, first off, I don't really care. I mean, I know I'm responding to it here, but I should say that this YouTube has never been me trying to blow up. It's really just a kind of document somewhat of my life, of some of the things that and vast majority I mentioned it. I was like, dude, you're being weird. I was like, these are mostly video game clips, you know what I mean? Most of them have no context unless you were me or the people I was playing those games with 10 years ago or whatever it is. So the vast majority of the clips on my YouTube are from Halo or Destiny, or different video games I've played across the years. So there's that. If you're curious what this channel is, it's really not me trying to be like, everyone should watch this 15-second clip of me playing a game from 2014. It's not really how it works. And it is very funny to me when one of my clips will blow up on YouTube, and you can find out for different reasons why. Maybe a game will get popular, or maybe they'll add a challenge to a game, and it happens to be the same title that I made my video title, so people were looking up, how do I do this achievement, and I've just titled a Halo video something, and they're like, oh, oops, now they're on my video. So it is funny to see which of my videos will blow up or which ones gain traction. I have one that's just me and my friends being stoned and watching it's a clip of a Jawa from Star Wars saying Utini, and we just kept replaying it and laughing, and that clip for some reason still gets views, and I didn't post it trying to get people to watch that. I posted it so years later I could go back, because I don't know if you realize, but video storage is expensive. I don't really keep any of my videos stored locally. It would be very expensive and cost prohibitive to do so. So YouTube is a great video storage tech device. If I could probably make every video on my channel private, and I'm probably the one who watches my videos the most. I like watching my own stuff. I like watching, because sometimes I put work into it, and other times it's just memories of people, me playing games with people that I'm either not in contact with, or for various reasons I can't be in contact with anymore. They've passed away, you know what I mean? So I mean, these are memories to me. And I mean, if you go back to my early, like, I made my channel in 2006, like spring or summer of 2006. So like a year after YouTube even became a thing. My earliest uploads are class projects I made in like high school when I was like a sophomore in high school and stuff. So I was like 16. So this channel, I've had this channel longer than half my life. I've documented a lot of things, like friends I've had since, 20 years ago on the channel that I don't even talk to anymore. So it's like, yeah, I just think if you come to this channel and you're like, what is this? Like, I'm making this stuff for me. And if other people like it, that's just kind of a cool happenstance. But what it did, that conversation did remind me is that a lot of people online, I'm in those spaces to talk to other people about the things I care about. And I don't know, it's just some of these people have this, I don't know if immature is the right way to word it, because they're just taking life less seriously or whatever it is, wherever they're at in life. I just don't want to engage with basically like insincere people. You know what I mean? I'm at a stage of my point where sincerity is it matters. And so like I care about the things I care about, and I'm sincere in the way I care about them. So yeah, like stuff like UFO topic, like a lot of people treat it as a hobby. I'm kind of at the point where I want to get more serious about it. I want to go get involved in government action some ways. I want to see more legislation on UFO transparency. I think it's possible to do so, and I would like to see and contribute to that. Maybe I can create my own other YouTube channel. I've created so many YouTube channels of just like, sometimes with my friends or sometimes just for fun. Like, you know what I mean? Just trying different things. And yeah, so maybe I'll make a new UFO, like, I've thought about it, like maybe doing it in like a news and history and then like information so people can get a bit more involved. So something like that I'm thinking about. But yeah, like ultimately it's just funny because I don't get into a lot of arguments online anymore. I used to do that a lot when I was a kid, when I was a teenager, and now I'm a full-blown adult. I'm in my 30s. So when people like try to like come at me with this very intense energy, or they're like trolling me, trying to be like, look at you posted a lot on YouTube and nobody subscribes to you. I'm like, I kind of prefer it that way, because if a bunch of people subscribed to me on YouTube and I was still just posting like stuff like this where I'm just like rambling about stuff that nobody cares about but me, I feel bad, because it's not really like high effort material. I'm just rambling, I'm just vlogging, I'm getting the thoughts that are rattling around my head out of my face. So once they're like recorded and in video form, I'm like, okay, it's like a journal entry. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. So yeah, I guess you just feel motivated to do certain things and be in certain places in your life, and then you have conversations with people and you realize, oh, I'm here for different reasons. You know what I mean? Than other people. Other people are just here to shoot the shit, and some people want to argue, and then when they do argue, they use it as an excuse to be really petty, mean, snide, shitty, and they're like, LOL, and then, they're trying to make themselves feel better about where they are in life, whatever's happening with their life, the things that they can or can't control, and they don't like, I'm criticizing whatever it is. You typically, it's the U.S. government and military, so people don't like when you criticize the U.S. because people feel very strongly one way or another about it. And I'm like, man, I don't know, I've lived here my whole life, and there are good sides, but I would say right now the bad sides are pretty bad, and so it's hard. And people also want to compartmentalize things. They want to be able to talk about their hobbies without acknowledging the greater reality of the world around them. But unfortunately, everything is connected these days, and you can't really separate like world politics from like some of the things that are happening. So if you remove the ability to talk about those things then you lack the clarity, the context to understand the full picture. And so I think that's where a lot of the frustration comes from, is that people want very structured spaces. They want, they want to have their shitposty chat space, but they also want to be taken seriously. And it's just like, it can't be both. Either you're an online troll cesspool, or you're about serious discussion about the real world, material things we can do to change and affect the world and make the world a better place, or at least further the goals of the things that you care about. And so, I get the sense that right now there's just a lot of very insincere people out there. And, maybe that's a defense mechanism against how terrible the world is. But I do get the sense that there's a crisis of sincerity. Like, people just don't want to be authentic to themselves. They hide behind humor, they hide behind bullying, and because it's easier to tear other people down for being themselves than to be your own authentic self, because then you expose yourself to being the one being torn down. You know what I mean? So, yeah, basically, I'm at a point in my life where I just want to see things get better for most people. And I don't have a lot of energy for the people who are trying to make things worse. I don't have a lot of energy for people who will try to make you feel bad. Like, if your end goal in a conversation isn't to, understand the other person better, it's just to make the other person feel bad, I don't know. That's on you. You know what I mean? Because that's just not how I spend my time. And typically, and if there's a situation in which I've made someone feel bad, and if they come to me and they were like, oh man, that wasn't cool, I would definitely try to own that too, because I think it's important, as you get older, you got to have empathy, and you have to understand that other people are going through a lot in their lives. Their reality is shaped by the things around them and the way they've lived. So, they might have a strong feeling one way or another because of how they were raised or the circumstances they had to go through. So, yeah, I don't know. I try to be understanding. But yeah, it's just amusing to me, because it's like, no matter how bad I've hurt or I've been in a bad spot, I've never really earnestly tried to tear someone down or bring them down. There have been times where I've gotten in internet arguments and probably was just like enjoyed razzing people. And then, now as hindsight has gone on, it's just like, I hope, now I can be a better, I don't know if the word influence is, but I just don't want to leave a negative mark on the universe. You know what I mean? I do think a good part of it is also just right now, I feel like generally I need to spend less time online anyway, because online, on top of just not feeling real, I think I've talked about this a little bit, but just everybody's just kind of mean and cynical online, and I'm just tired of it. I want to be a more optimistic, happy person. I want to see good things happen for people, and now I'm kind of getting to the point where I don't want to just wait and hope good things happen. I want to go out there and make good things happen. And so, yeah, there's always going to be people who will try to tear you down, who will make fun of you for doing the things that you care about. There's going to be people who take the low-hanging fruit. You know what I mean? The easiest path to trying to hurt you. They're going to try to demean you, the things you're interested in, the things you spend your time on doing, to make themselves feel better in the moment, to make themselves feel morally or intellectually superior. And I just don't have any respect for that kind of stuff, man. There's just always going to be those guys out there who, they're just not happy, and so they have to make it everyone else's problem. When I wasn't happy, I felt like a burden all the time to those around me. You know what I mean? And I was so averse to feeling like a burden that I didn't want to ask other people for help. I didn't want to admit that I had a problem. And so that made those problems worse. So I think with a lot of these people, they tend to put their anger and their depression and their malcontent with the way world is outward. And then there are people who point that stuff inward. And I was definitely more of the inward guy. But now I like myself, and I'm trying to make the world a better place, and I think that's totally doable. I don't think there's any shame in doing things as a hobby, doing things for yourself, do things that make you happy, fight for the causes you believe in, be an earnest person, be a nice person, help people out when you can, be empathetic, listen to them, understand them, don't try to belittle or demean them, and yeah. Just, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I have my own issues, but I think a lot of people will, like, if I start talking bad about the government or the military, people are like, well, hey, I work for the government or I work for the military and I'm not bad. And it's like, yeah, you as an individual, I'm sure, are a great person who has good values or is trying to do the best they can in the world. But unfortunately, you're taking part in a system that steps on the little guy consistently, hurts everybody around them, lies and obfuscates the truth and makes things harder for everybody. So people hear me say, government bad, and they hear, well, I work in the government now, I'm not bad. And it's like, yeah, I get it. So yeah, I think that's where I'm at, is like, you know, as soon as you start to take a hard stance on anything, as soon as you put yourself out there, as soon as you start to say, you know, this is me and this is what I believe in, you have put yourself into a position of like, okay, now you have to defend those positions. You can be attacked from all sides, and sometimes it's people taking you seriously and questioning things, and other times it's just people who want to see you hurt because they believe that you've hurt them. So yeah, so just kind of like pulling the frame back a little bit, you know what I mean, pull the reference back a little bit, expand your view of the situation a little bit bigger, and like, what is the conversation about? Who is ultimately affected? Why is it making people upset? And yeah, you gotta consider all the angles. It's tough. You gotta have a big, I don't know, worldview is maybe the best word. You gotta keep your scope wide, looking left, right, up, down, backwards, behind you, and it can be hard to keep all those things in consideration. So anyway, I feel like I've rambled enough. I think I kind of got the basic gist of it out. If you just stumbled on this channel, my name is Max, aka online I go by Local HJ. I'm just a dude, man. I like to chill. I like aliens. I like UFO stuff. I like video games. I like anime. I like old stuff. I collect videotapes. I don't really fuck with anyone. I got like a dog. We just chill. I don't really mess with anybody. All I really want is, I would like the internet to be a fun place again where you can discover and make things, and you know, there's still spots on the internet like that, so maybe I'll just try to find those areas, because you know, these days the internet is just a depressing place to be. It just feels like no matter what, even if you're in a social space like Discord with other people who are interested in the same thing you do, you can still be attacked and bullied and demeaned, and you know what I mean? It's just like, man, like, I'm in my 30s and people are still trying to bully me about the things that I like to do in my free time. It's like, bro, when will I finally be left alone? You know what I mean? When I'm an old decrepit fart, like sitting in the corner eating beans out of a can, you know what I mean, in 5 years, will people finally leave me alone? But yeah, I don't know. Like, even when I made a couple of videos about how Xbox sucks, people were in the comments defending Xbox to me, and it's like, dude, you don't have to do that. I was the guy defending Xbox for 10-15 years, and then they started being corporate and shitty, and you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, either it's that you are willfully ignorant or you're just too young and you don't understand how the world works yet, and then once you get old enough, all of a sudden all the fun things that you thought were so innocent, you realize, oh, all the way down from the beginning it's been bad. I just had the fun blinders on of being an adolescent, and then like once your life humbles you a little bit, you realize everything from top to bottom is infected with capitalism and the U.S. military-industrial complex. So, anyway, I've probably tried to end this video 5 times and I keep going ramble. I think I just have a lot of crap to say lately, boys. But yeah, if you do like this channel and you want to subscribe, feel free. But like I said, it won't be anything other than me rambling at the camera or random video game clips. Honestly, this whole channel would be Balatro clips. If I was any good at Balatro, I play it all the time, but I'm actually kind of crappy at it, probably because I just can't do math. But yeah, the game I play the most right now is Balatro, and I don't. So the reason why I haven't like posted any clips other than me rambling is because I suck at Balatro. If I stream Balatro, it would be the most boring thing. It would just be me failing over and over again. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. My name is Max. Hopefully you enjoyed this video about internet bullying and being yourself in the digital age. 2025. Everything sucks, but we can make it better by just being authentic, be empathetic, be the person you want to be the change you want to see in the world. Go out there and make a difference, whatever it is, the thing you care about. It's not stupid, it's not silly, it's not a waste of time. If you're having a good time with how you spend your time, it was a good use of time. All right, I love you guys. Kiss you. Good night. Have a good one. Bye-bye.